Morning, everybody. Figured I would just kind of share my day with you today. More of a classic vlog style, I guess. Things that I used to do a bit more of. So I'm sitting here with my coffee, and the only plan today really is to get ready and go get my student ID. I went back to college over the summer, but I'm so lazy that I haven't gotten my student ID yet. So yeah, I'm just gonna put on some makeup, do that. Other than that, I mean, what is there to do? I'm going to make this puzzle that I'm working on. I love puzzles. Wow, check out my collection. Do I have a problem? Maybe. That's a lot of makeup. What's up, Percy? He wants a W. A-OK. So something I've kind of wanted to show you guys is my garden. So right now I have this plot. I put a bunch of mulch, like a lot of mulch in here because there's strawberries in here and I wanted to keep them warm. I didn't know how well strawberries did in the winter, but they're killing it. They're doing really well. And then I have this random sage that is very tall. And then over here, this is a 4x4 as well, kind of modeled. Well, actually, this was the first one. And I modeled that one after this one. And then that, sort of on the fly. But I've got Swiss chard. It's all Swiss chard. It's doing all right. It rained a lot. I planted some like radishes and stuff, but no, they're not really doing too hot. And then I have collards. They got eaten up pretty good earlier when it was warmer outside still, I think by harlequin beetles. So I have to make sure I plant, do some companion planting to keep the harlequins out because they're awful. But yeah, it's a bunch of collards and Swiss chard in here, and then some root veg, and I planted some garlic. You can see the garlic starting to come up. That's it right there. And then this craziness over here, this is what is it? It's like a broccolini. The little broccolini bundles are so small that I miss them because you're supposed to cut them before the flowers bloom. But because they stay so tiny, I haven't been cutting them. Ooh, that one needs to get cut. That's a good size. But yeah, so they've just been flowering. But on warm days, the honeybees have really been enjoying that, so that's good. And in here is my salad garden, basically. I wish I made it a lot bigger. Some of these are pretty small. They've been small. There's this random thing. I've got dill growing. It's doing pretty well. The flavor's not great though. It's kind of like lost its dillness, which is weird. I don't really understand it. I don't know what happened because it was very dill for a long time and then it just kind of lost it. This is all arugula. This lettuce plant keeps trying to flower and is driving me crazy. So's that one. They bolted, which sucks. And then I have a lot of kale, which is like killing it. Look at that guy. It's doing okay. I want to expand the garden like over into here. because I want to build, like I've got these 3, but I want to build edges around that last one I showed you. And then over here I have asparagus, actually. And then this was like a random tomato patch. So I just had some like odds and ends that kind of got thrown together at the end of the spring. So to build my planters, I have to dig up all the grass underneath before I put dirt on top because it's just going to grow through. Or there is this trick where you can lay down cardboard and put dirt and stuff on top of it, but you have to make it pretty thick for it to work well. So I'm going to combine those. I want to build at least 2 more 4x4 planters. I'd like to build more because I want to grow a lot this year. I want to grow way more food than I did this last summer. I really didn't grow that much, to be honest. And, you know, I'm still learning. Some things kind of flopped. This is my peach. I don't know. Yeah, you guys probably haven't seen this. This peach was like this tall. And it's grown a lot. It's doing really well. The cherry tree is okay. It's doing all right. It got sick. There's some illness in the plants. A lot of illness, actually. You can see it on this, actually. All the spots. I don't know how well you can actually see that with the camera pointed the way it is. But yeah, there was a lot of leafy sickness. This is an apple tree. Whoop! That's freaking tall. It did really well. I have another one over here and it's not nearly as tall, but I think it's because it doesn't get hit with as much light in the morning because there's a lot of shade from these giant trees. And it hits this one a bit more than the other one down there. And then I've got several mulberries over here. There's like a huge mulberry as I point you at the frickin' sun. But I got a lot of fruit off those mulberry trees. There's a Percy. Very important that you see that. Well, getting my student ID was kind of a bust. Basically, I had an appointment for this particular campus at 1 o'clock, and then I show up and he's like, oh, we're not doing student IDs until school is like back in session because right now school is out. And I was like, oh, okay, well, you know, the lady on the phone told me that I could do that here and I have an appointment 1 o'clock. And oh my God. I had to wear a mask, and the mask rubbed my lipstick on my face. I look ratchet as hell in this camera. Look how ratchet I am right now. I have an iPhone 12, and I'm filming with that, and you can see the level of quality in the iPhone 12 because you can see every imperfection of my face. And the fact that I have lipstick all over it. Whatever, I guess. Anyways, so he tried to turn the machine on. It didn't work. He at least got a photo of me. I did put up my hair, after all. But my photo's done, so at the beginning of the school year, spring semester, I just have to make sure I go back and get my photo ID printed. And then on the way back, just because I wanted it, I got some glow wine. If you haven't had glow wine, it is so good. I love it. I highly recommend it. So does Dwight Belschnickel. Yeah, I don't know. I like this one. There's another one that's like a bluish bottle. Either way, they're $10. Which you would think, that's some like cheap crap wine, but the stuff doesn't give me a headache ever. It is just really good. I love it. And because I made the honor roll in school, I got myself a fancy mead. So this is called Pecan End of the Wait. Let's see if it'll, End of the Wait. So I had a different version of this. It was just called End of the Wait. And it is a mead that was aged in bourbon barrels for 2 years, 1 to 2 years, on top of a bunch of vanilla beans as well. So it's just like, oh, it's so good. And then I saw that my local wine shop had that, so it's like the same thing, but it sat on top of like roasted pecans. Sounds so good. Well, I am gonna sit here and edit guess now. I don't really have a whole lot else to tell you guys. I'll probably just attach some random vlog clips at the end of this because I have them. Anyway, I hope that you are, I guess, enjoying the vlogs while they're here anyways, because when school starts up again, I will probably be pretty busy for a while. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I hope that I see you again. Like and subscribe and comment, I guess, if you want to. And I will see you around. Bye.
You wanna go? You wanna go for a walk? Oh.
Percy, do you wanna? Percy, do you wanna?
You want a W? Come here. Come here. Ow! Sit. Do you want to go on?
You can sit.
You want to go on a walk? You want to go on a walk?
What a nippy boy. Did he get your face?
No, but it was so close to my throat. He almost hit my throat.
God. Let's go, Percy.